Hey guys, it's Mac Daddyy from ModaMob, and I'm sitting here with the lovely Natalie. We're just gonna go over her makeup routine and how I can be of any help to her. So tell me what your concerns are when it comes to your makeup.
It's usually me having like oily skin, and also like whenever I go to the store and get like any foundation, I'm in between. So like it's either too light or too dark. I can never find like the perfect kind.
Now, let me ask you, do you moisturize before you apply foundation?
Sometimes, but not really.
Why don't you moisturize? Just wondering.
Because my skin is like really oily, so by the time it's like the afternoon, my skin is like literally just super shiny.
Okay, I can see you're a little bit shiny right now, so I'm totally gonna show you a couple little tips and tricks. But one of the things that I want to talk to you about, and I think that it's a big misconception when it comes to makeup, is when someone's really oily, they skip a moisturizer and they skip a primer because people feel like, hey, I'm so oily, I don't need to prime and I don't need to moisturize because I'm so oily already. But in reality, applying hydration to your skin is actually going to help. Only because a lot of times when you're oily, it's because your skin's dehydrated. So as a natural reaction, what your skin does, it overproduces oil because it kind of tells itself like, hey, I'm so dehydrated, I'm gonna produce this oil so that I can hydrate. But if you deposit the hydration from the very beginning, it's gonna help. Also, applying a great primer is gonna help too. And I know that when we spoke earlier, you mentioned that you kind of weren't using a primer because you felt like they were too oily. A great primer, and it's gonna be amazing for you, it's really, really inexpensive, is the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer. And it's a really, really lightweight primer. A little goes a very, very long way, but this is actually gonna help to control a lot of your shine. So this is gonna be amazing for you, so I definitely want you to pick this up. Now, as far as the foundation goes with feeling too light and too dark, everyone struggles with that. My best advice for you would be, keep in mind if a foundation oxidizes. What that means is, have you ever like worn a foundation and it looks perfect, and then like 30 minutes into your day you look like a lot darker?
Yeah.
So a lot of times foundations oxidize. So once your natural oil kicks in, it just kind of starts to warm up the product. So I always say when it comes to foundation, it's okay if you maybe go with something that's slightly lighter, not like drastically lighter, but something that's comfortably slightly lighter, and then use a powder to set the foundation, and you can go a little bit warmer with the powder. So that way you kind of mix a lighter foundation with a slightly darker powder to kind of get like that perfect finish and that perfect shade. As far as you getting oily throughout the day, you can always use like a translucent powder to kind of blot away any oil. My favorite one is from Laura Mercier. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this now and show you how to use it. So I just kind of like to dust a little bit into like my lid. And I'm actually gonna take a fan brush, something really, really small. A little goes a long way, so I'm slightly gonna pick some up. Gonna dust away the excess, and then right where your nose looks a little bit shiny, I'm literally just gonna slightly just dust it, and it immediately just soaks up all of the oil. And it does that because this powder has a little bit of silica, which is just a derivative from silicone, so it completely absorbs any oil. Also too, before you leave the house, the areas that you know that you kind of tend to get a little bit more oily, you can actually apply a really, really sheer layer of this powder over your makeup, and that'll kind of help to keep those areas under control. So when I do my own makeup, I like to apply it like on my forehead and a little bit down the bridge of my nose, like your T-zone where you get really, really oily. But it immediately soaks up the oil. Do you see the difference? Totally mattifies, right? Amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do you feel a little bit better?
Yes.
Okay, and you're gonna prime for sure?
Yes.
And you're definitely gonna moisturize?
Yes.
Perfect. Makes me so happy to hear you say that. Don't forget, for more beauty tips and to check out more of my makeover series, head over to ModaMob.com.